All right, we've got Benny Johnson here with Diddy. Kind of want to know because I'm really interested in both of the cases, the Diddy case and the Epstein. I'm actually more interested in the Epstein one, but let's find out what happened.
You know
here.
what? Let me give you my statistical analysis. There's a 100% chance that you're gonna be somebody's 10 years of this. You know what that is? That's a big black man on your.
I did see that, Leviathan.
You, too late. He done tagged the next guy in. That's like a rabbit. Oh, I like his hair. He's breathing on you. That's disgusting. You deserve everything you're getting. Good luck on survival, sir.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Weaponized autism is a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because we're able to remember every detail we've ever learned about Jeffrey Epstein. It's a blessing because, well, we're able to remember everything that's ever been said by the people who are in charge of the Jeffrey Epstein documents and list, photographs, and videos right now, including President Trump, who started his presidential campaign 10 years ago by announcing that Bill Clinton is on the Jeffrey Epstein list.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
This is Donald Trump.
Wasn't that originally a conspiracy theory? The freaking island? The Jeffrey Epstein island? I feel like it was.
10 years ago at CPAC being interviewed by Sean Hannity. And nobody even knew what was going, Sean Hannity didn't even know how to respond to that. Nobody was really talking about Jeffrey Epstein at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump's like, Bill Clinton.
Did you guys see the video of the news reporter who was really they got a news reporter on a hot mic and she was super upset and she was about to cry and she was like, dude, we knew about this for so long and everyone was preventing us from breaking the story.
Is a freaking predator and we're going to expose it all. Predators didn't like that. And in the subsequent years, predators like P. Diddy decided to say this about Donald Trump.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous.
Oh, yeah. So Diddy, who's now in federal lockup for being as bad as Epstein, right? Maybe worse. Who knows?
It keeps happening.
Sure, it would be nice to actually know. Saying that white men like Trump need to be banished. Why would Diddy want Trump banished? Exactly. Well, because President Trump, when asked if he's going to release the Diddy and Epstein list, says this.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago.
One of the way the left downplays things is by creating the conspiracy theory themselves to discredit the story. Been doing it for 50 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
Year two, because, endangers certain people. It's
too many conspiracy theories that have ended up becoming real. It's almost like...
et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein.
Melcher, how do you feel about Bongino? I'm torn on it, man. I'm really torn on it, Melcher.
I'd have no problem with it.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm upset.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to release the Epstein list. President Trump is the only person that actually fought on behalf of the victims against Jeffrey Epstein in Palm Beach when he actually caught a case. Jeffrey Epstein was put in prison and was found guilty. Much like Diddy is about to be found guilty, and he's currently in prison for similar crimes. So you can imagine there's an entire group of people that don't want Donald Trump to get elected and that didn't want Donald Trump to appoint people like Kash Patel. Kash Patel saying that the first thing he wants to declassify are the Epstein list, or maybe give them the Diddy list. He said this on our program. Wow. This is the person that Donald Trump has put in charge of the FBI.
When are we getting it, though? They said we were going to get it day one.
Saying the Epstein list and the Diddy list. Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
I watch it all the time, Melcher, almost every day. Hey, Germ.
President Trump saying he wants these lists out. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, saying she wants these lists made public. Pam Bondi is the person who's responsible for the death penalty for child predators here in the state of Florida. In fact, Pam Bondi just told us a day ago in Washington, D.C., that she is planning on releasing the Epstein list and that it's sitting on her desk right now.
Hey guys, something Kash has talked about a lot, and you have, when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and the people who are like predators in this country. They've been given a pass, and a lot of Americans think these guys have got a pass for a long time, and maybe even are still being protected right now. Where are we at with the Jeffrey Epstein list, the documents? And Kash has made a lot of public statements about this. Where are we at?
I was briefed on that yesterday. I can't talk about that publicly, but President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
Wow. Okay. So
a lot of documents.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Oh, Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
Yeah, right.
God bless. I want to actually see it.
I think promises made, promises.
Promises made.
I actually I'm gonna be real. I thought we would never know about like the Epstein stuff and the day. I thought it was like, well, we're never gonna find out about it.
Promises kept, and the promises.
You know what I want to know? You know which one I want to know that like everyone forgot about? I want to know about the Las Vegas shooting. The one at the Mandalay Bay and the Country Music Festival. That's the one I want to know about. I want that info.
Keep on being kept. FBI director.
Because there's a lot of really suspicious like events during that whole thing. Like the helicopter thing, the angle of the bullets, the amount of bullets that were shot, like the sound, like the audio of the bullets, people saying that there were bullets being shot at ground level, people that saw other shooters like throughout the strip. Like there's so much shit like involved in it.
Welcomes Dan Bongino as deputy director. A cop's cop who's openly talked about Jeffrey Epstein being a foreign agent and how the people who
I can't believe he's graduating, guys. I just can't. I can't.
Are oftentimes working with the intelligence agencies. Whoo, baby. All of that in the lead up to Diddy's lawyer quitting. Well. So you have an entire federal government that is now going to be weaponized against predator and pedo cults against children. And then suddenly Diddy's lawyer, who once defended Osama bin Laden. We'll get to that in just a second.
Wait, is that real?
Has said under no circumstances can he go on defending Diddy, and quits. As soon as Kash, Bongino, Trump, and Pam Bondi get in there, he says, I'm done. It's over.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Diddy
Don't let them
faces fresh
silence.
crisis as his lawyer, Tony Ricco, quits rapper's case with very mysterious statements. Sean Diddy Combs is facing a fresh crisis as his lawyer, Anthony Ricco.
Hold up, since when did an idiot would defend him? Well, I mean, you have to, right? Like, even the most heinous, most obvious criminal, just according to like our justice system, has to have like somebody. They have to have access to a lawyer, obviously.
Down from his legal team with a cryptic statement in a
Dan Bongino, Shaco
motion to withdraw. Counsel filed in New York on Thursday. Ricco said, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs."
I'm recording.
Normal, what a lawyer says. Sometimes people swap lawyers. But the lawyers don't, the defense lawyers, whose sole purpose for being is, innocence until proven guilty, they often don't sound like this.
Why am I upset? Because his show is that's it. It's over. He's not going to stream anymore. My Oshi is quitting streaming. He's quitting streaming.
Under no circumstances can I continue? What did he see? Maybe he saw what we're all going to see now that Bongino and Kash are in charge. The notice added to discussions that had been had with lead counsel and Ricco.
He joined the biggest show on earth.
Filed Ricco.
You're not wrong. I get it though. Like, I'm not mad at him. I get it. It makes sense. It's like you can't talk big, right? Like you can't talk big and be like, I care about like what's going on with the country, and then when they ask for you to actually serve, you say no. Nah, I care too much about the money. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get why he did it.
Would be providing no details to support the application, adding that the government prosecutors had been notified and didn't take a stance. He said that he will be standing down as a result to delay in the current schedule Combs set trial in May.
He can't though, Zero. He
has
can't.
Had some
the reason why he can't, because he's gonna have access to privileged information, and it's just not. It's a conflict of interest for him to be doing that, I think. So I totally understand. Thank you for the follow, Rookie. Thank you.
He has had the same lead counsel in the case since his homes in Miami and LA were raided. Daily Mail has approached Ricco for comment. Would you look at that? So this is Anthony Ricco saying that he will exit the case and under no circumstances can continue. Combs, 55, remains locked up in Brooklyn's infamous Metropolitan Detention Center. He's federally charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking.
Thanks, Vic. Thank you so much.
Prostitution, all the things that Jeffrey Epstein was charged with. The rapper has been accused of arranging freak-offs, described as elaborate, produced sex performances. Prosecutors say he arranged and the direction of...
Dude, what do you think are the odds that Clinton gets implicated in all of this? I think it's almost 100%. I think it's definitely like more than 50%. I think the odds are pretty fucking high.
These performances.
Yeah, especially because of the painting, right? Like the freaking painting that Epstein had. Like, why the fuck would he have that? Except for like a I own you sort of a thing. Right?
Them and other degeneracy. He also pleaded not guilty.
The Clintons botched that. Wait, what do you mean, Mighty Germ? Mighty Germ says the Clintons botched the Epstein assassination. What do you mean by that? The first one? Wait, when was the first one? What? What? What are you talking about?
Coerced and abused women for years. Prosecutors say that he also silenced victims through blackmail and violence, literal violence on TV. You can see him running down hallways and beating women. On top of the impending trial, he's facing dozens of lawsuits. Individuals say that they were harmed and exploited by him.
You know what else I want to know about? Another case that I really want to know what happened. Like, what actually happened. Like, if I could, like chronomancer that shit and, like, actually, like, look at what happened. The thing where Obama's cook died. That's also fucking weird.
Goodness gracious. So this homie once served on the defense team for Osama bin Laden.
Wait, Melcher says the bald one thinks that Trump might pull a Saddam and release the names. Of Congress and senators at a mandatory meeting with Trump on March 4th. Wait, what? On March 4th.
And he'd rather do that than defend Diddy. Diddy's lawyer doesn't want any part of the saga that is about to...
Wait, what's on March 4th?
...occur. It's Kash Patel, Diddy's lawyer. See ya. Sean Diddy Combs wants to then defend Diddy. Diddy's lawyer doesn't want any part of the saga that is about to occur. It's Kash Patel, Diddy's lawyer. See ya. Sean Diddy Combs wants evidence suppressed, accusing feds of lying to get search warrants. Oh, really? So, okay, got it. So, weaponized federal government. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers are pushing to have some of the
that would be
obtained.
Crazy. Wouldn't that be crazy if he did that, like, during, like, a speech in Congress? Like, he got everyone together, and then he just laid it out in the middle of it. Yeah, this is the list. That guy sitting right there. That guy sitting right there. Dude, that would be wild.
During the raids on his home in LA, suppressed, accusing the feds of lying.
It'd be like the fucking Red Wedding from freaking Game of Thrones, dude. Yeah, exactly, Duffy. Exactly, man.
Says authorities
it would be crazy
and omitted critical exculpatory evidence when they sought search warrants. Okay, got it. So what does that mean? That means they got all the evidence. That's what that means. What does that mean? That means they have everything. Apparently, they're literally tapes.
Nothing to say, but have a good day.
According to Hollywood.
Thank you, Dranky. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A-list lawyers are being sold. Diddy with more famous A-list celebs being shopped around, lawyer says. The purpose of this, of course, would be to have somebody go buy it, for hundreds of millions of dollars in order to keep it under wraps. But who is a more famous A-lister? Is it Barack Obama? I mean, these are the questions, these are like the real questions you got to start asking. Like, who were the most famous A-listers? Who are more famous than Diddy? He's a pretty famous guy, right? I mean, about as famous as you can get. So who's more famous in these tapes? Really makes you wonder. Makes you wonder why they ran such a wrap-up operation before Trump, Kash, Bongino,
It's probably a bunch of world leaders. Like freaking world destabilizing shit,
Apparently the lists are on the desk. So Trump's going to lock in this promise.
Do you think that he read it already? Do you think Trump already read it and he's just like waiting? He's like, I know who you all are. And he's just like, enjoy it while you can. And he's just going to surprise everyone.
Watching. No home
out of nowhere
predators around here, ladies and gentlemen. And Pam Bondi's brought back the death sentence from a federal level. So here we freaking go. We're ready to cook. And Diddy's cooking in his cell. Yeah. This is the moment we'll be fighting. Join us, ladies and gentlemen, covering the golden era that not even the lawyers for Barack Obama can defend against. Yeah.
Is he himself not on the list? I think Trump knows him, but I thought Trump didn't like him. I thought that was like, I thought he was always like kind of, wasn't he one of the ones that cooperated against Epstein?
Under no circumstances can that continue. What does that mean? That means we got him. See ya.
Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago, apparently. Epstein was banned from Trump properties. Holy shit. All right, let's see. Man, that's crazy. I hope we get it. People are saying the 4th when he's apparently going to do some kind of address on the 4th. It will be interesting to see, and I'll be here to talk about it. Wait, hold on. I got it.
Like honestly, let's get some eps going in the chat here. I want to do like a prayer, truth, positive, love, chakra bomb at Jeff right now.
Yeah. Yo, love Jeff. Press Ep to pay respect.
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein is a victim of cyberbullying.
Okay, hold on. So this clip is from 7/25/19. So looking back in time, he was arrested on July 6th. So this would be a couple weeks after he was arrested. He didn't die until August the 10th. So as of the date of this podcast, apparently, it would have been the clip. It would have been a couple weeks later he died, right? Yes, it's from 7/25/19. So a couple weeks after arrest, but before he died.
And that's what's leading him to self-harm.
That's right.
You joke, but we need to keep him alive.
Yeah, no, he has to live.
We really, really do.
We got to get this out there.
We really need to keep him alive.
Yeah, it's clear that, like, as I predicted, there's no dead man switch. They've done the necessary cauterizing the connections, so he's the only loose end. And so they're just trying to get rid of him.
It's hilarious that in the span of like 24 hours, it's basically been like, we're hunting.
Yeah, it's definitely 100% sus. Like, the whole situation of like the cameras going out and like the people not paying attention at the time, like they were taking a nap or some shit.
Epstein, he's the devil incarnate. And now we're like, protect him at all costs.
Yes.
He's innocent. Save Jeffrey.
So from what I gather, Epstein was in like whatever cell block 9 of the Manhattan Corrections Facility.
It's the jail that's right by 100 Center Street. It's just this giant like windowless building that they like. It's not like Rikers, but they like house people there. It's sort of like the Tombs who are awaiting trial, but like not on a long-term basis.
And the wing he's in is for people who are sort of like high, we would call them in the business high value targets.
Yeah.
True. And somehow they found him on the floor with marks on his neck, blue marks on his neck, and kind of like writhing on the floor, right?
Wait. He died in August. Wait. The air date of this is 7/25?
Yeah.
Yeah, fetal
That's where we're at.
position.
And now he's in the hospital.
Well, this checks out because if you follow Jeffrey Epstein's private account, Small Jeff, you know that he was like
I
posting
didn't.
some
You
very
know
dark.
what? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know that. They had a botched assassination attempt on him, and then
things that day. He was feeling very low.
All right, I need to. We're gonna get into all the genuinely insane breaking news about this, but I just by way of introducing this show and our guests, it's Chapo, it's me, Matt, and Felix sitting in on deck, and I would just like to say,
when he's
if
such
you were a
when
listener,
he's such a HVT, why would they put him? Why would they give him a roommate? What the fuck? What the fuck?
of this show, you may have noticed over the past month, a couple of months or weeks that us, are your hosts of our show here, are beginning to develop a condition known as Epstein brain.
Oh yeah, I got it bad.
Yeah.
Matt has full blown Epstein brain, and I'm like rapidly sliding into the abyss here. And what is Epstein brain? Well, Epstein brain is sort of.
I call it Epstein Barr virus, actually.
You know, it's so fucked up. I was like, I was up to like 5 on like Les Wexner's Wikipedia, and I was like, it's honestly mentally healthier for me to watch Twitch streams than this. But I was like, wait a minute, William Barr's dad hired Epstein at the Epstein bar. They're fucking telling us. It's right in front of us.
Dude, it's right in front of us.
There are so many things that are in front of our eyes that only now we're beginning to notice. But I would just like to say, Epstein brain is a condition similar to, for instance, what like maybe your boomer liberal palates have developed with regards to the Mueller Russiagate investigation. However, with the minor difference that the Epstein brain and conspiracy is 100% true and not made up bullshit like that other stuff.
Yeah.
And is extremely whips ass.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Absolutely 100% all true.
100%.
Like the Robert Mueller shit is not only mostly bullshit, it's also incredibly boring.
So boring.
I don't even know who he is.
About Russiagate.
This fucking senile old
Only stuff
fart.
about Russiagate that's true is the stuff that
Thank you
involves
again, Amalgamite.
Yeah. This senile old fuck going like, well, if you'll see here in February, this Facebook post from Blacks for Trump. Boring. Get the fuck out of here with this.
Are you telling me you're not gripped by the revelation in page 7030 of the Mueller report that proves that Gilroy absolutely knew that Montague lied about the meeting in Terre Haute?
Oh God! All these fucking.
We're actually
meetings.
going to do a live performance reading of the Epstein indictment.
24 hours.
Any conspiracy that involves Don Trump Jr. being in a room during a crucial moment is not real. That man has never been allowed anywhere near any important decisions or secret meetings.
So as we slide further into Epstein-related dementia, I thought it would be a good time now to bring on two guests that have started their own podcast dedicated it's like basically if True Detective season 1 ran for like 30 episodes instead of just stopping before they got to the truth.
Yeah.
It would be the it would be the True Anon podcast hosted by our good friends Brace and Liz. Brace, welcome back to the show. Liz, welcome.
Thank you.
My wig has been fucking snatched by Jeffrey Epstein. It is so a crooked cop tried to murder him last night in his cell. What's it? I can't pronounce it.
Tagliatelle or something like that.
It's like I said, I didn't even know about this. I did not even know about like that that they tried to kill him the first time. I didn't even know about that.
Tartaglione, who looks, he's like the guy from Doom. He's I don't know.
He's the Doom.
Is it the guy from Doom?
He's the Doom Marine, but Italian. So let's just get into this. This is NBC News. It says is just a news account of what went down the other night. Accused pedophile and wealthy Manhattan financier Jeffrey Epstein was found injured and in a fetal position inside his cell at a New York City jail, according to sources close to the investigation. Epstein, who is being held in Metropolitan Correctional Center as he awaits his trial for conspiracy and sex trafficking, was found semi-conscious with marks on his neck, two sources told News 4. Investigators are trying to piece together exactly what happened, saying details remain murky.
Wait, so it had already been done, and then they just found him? So the person just sucks at like the other person just failed? Like he had all the time in the world to like actually kill him and he just fucked up? Like what?
Two sources tell News 4 that Epstein may have tried to hang himself, while a third source cautioned that the injuries were not serious and questioned if Epstein might be using it as a way to get a transfer. A fourth source said that an assault had not been ruled out and that another inmate was questioned. The inmate who investigators have talked to in Lower Manhattan facility has been identified as Nicholas Tartaglione, according to...
They should have fucking live streamed that shit. Then he would be safe.
Two sources. Tartaglione is a former police officer in Westchester County who was arrested in December 2016 and accused of killing four...
They should have got like fucking Shia LaBeouf in there.
4 men in an alleged cocaine distribution conspiracy, then burying their bodies in his yard in Otisville, Orange County.
Oh, that's true. All the cameras did break. Yeah, they broke.
According to court records.
I just want to add a Mueller report.
Thanks for the follows, you guys. Thank you.
The place he killed these 4 men at was called the Liquid Lounge. That is LICKQIED. QID.
God,
it's probably the Likud Lounge, actually.
Well, I mean, he was actually doing some very smart admiralty law. If you kill somebody in a place that's spelled incorrectly, the murder is invalid. The murder conviction's invalid. So free this man, you know?
So I feel like before we can even get into... Okay, like, so there's a strong chance that they... You know, who they are, I don't know. The fact that they bungled this hit makes me think it was the Clintons involved in this.
You're Robbie.
You just say that the fact that they fucked up was like, oh, it must be the Clintons because they suck? Is that what he's saying?
Robbie Mook tried to set up this hit.
Yeah. I just imagine Hillary sneaking up behind him and she's garroting him, but then she has a Kuru attack halfway through and starts coughing and falls down.
It's those damn vapors again.
It's like the college episode of The Sopranos.
Look up
the
Epstein's
thing about us
cellmate.
wise guys.
Look up Epstein's cellmate. What about him? He is jacked.
His thoughts will never end. You drop the files on my husband back there. Your life is just chilling in hell.
Let's just say his Adam's apple was Wisconsin.
But it's just like, but Brace, like it's the nature of this case that like you cannot discover one seemingly incredibly bizarre new detail about this without finding out 10 other even more bizarre things. And I feel like before we can even get into Epstein, we have to talk about Tartaglione, a fucking a crooked Orange County police officer who fucking murdered 4 cartel guys and is represented by a top mob lawyer. And check this out.
Italian last name, dude.
He looks like the Black Lodge version of Mr. Clean.
We just made fun of that QAnon asshole for killing the Gambino guy because we said, what's the mob got to do with all this shit?
I like how
he got the wrong guy.
I like how fucking after like 2016, there were like some like, you know, more left liberals who were like, yeah, apologies to Bernie voters. You're right. I'm joining DSA. Now we have to do the same thing with QAnon.
Yes, but you want to discredit what is actually happening, which is literally the same thing as QAnon, except Donald Trump's not fighting them.
I mean, like one of the chief guys who started the whole Pizzagate thing is Jack Prilosek. He was literally a naval intelligence officer.
Not only that,
is melting. Oh my God!
Not only that, he is like the protege of one Roger Stone.
Yeah,
along with Mr. Pizzagate, Mike Cernovich.
Mm-hmm.
These people pushed. Posobiec really pushed Pizzagate and QAnon. Cernovich mostly stuck to Pizzagate, but they pushed them hard. And they added all this sort of noise. I mean, also Posobiec was behind the Seth Rich stuff, which added just like noise to all of this and made sort of the idea of the...
I remember the Pizzagate stuff.
Clinton's murdering the Clinton.
Although the funny thing is, I actually don't know that much about Q, like the QAnon stuff. I actually don't know that much about it. I kind of want to watch a video on it.
Family kind of discredited.
Oh, Brace, remind me what famous law professor was featured in one of Mike Cernovich's documentaries about censorship on campus?
Are you talking about the movie Silence featuring Alan Dershowitz? Yeah. I believe that Cernovich just did the exact same lawsuit. And these were, the victims' lawyers were literally like, Mike Cernovich is a piece of shit. Like, do not unseal these records for him. He's working for Dershowitz to try to discredit the victim. And then Cernovich, when the records do get unsealed, like all of them something happens with the Miami.
Wasn't Q just like a person that was just posting? It's like John Teeter, right? Sort of a thing. Like, oh, I know the future. Like, I'm from the future or something like that. Like, here's my predictions. Here's what's going to happen. And then, like...
paper. And Cernovich is, like, taking credit for it. But
El Psi Congru. Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking white noise.
El Psi Congru.
He's working with Dershowitz. Dershowitz, probably, allegedly by me, hired Roger Stone.
Q is literally a schizo with a trip code.
Roger Stone to clear his ass, and they're working on this big multi-level campaign.
I think that Roger Stone has been involved like from the beginning, like super deep involved. My brain is much farther gone in Epstein brain than Brace's somehow, which is saying a lot. So
well, before we get into all these sort of like double blinds and controlled oppositions and false flag conspiracies, there's just two other incredible details about Nicholas Tartaglione, the person of interest who may have tried to suicide Jeffrey Epstein in the middle of like hot, like solitary
secure housing unit.
So it says here, when you Google his name, you get a story about this. Illicit phone found in cell of ex-cop charged in quadruple homicide. Nicholas Tartaglione, 51, a former Briarcliff Manor police officer who lived on Old Mountain. He lived on the Old Town Road near Otisville.
Oh, dude, he's hopping on that remix. Lil Nas X. Yo, we got Jeffrey Epstein on the new remix. Old Town Road.
He faces 17 counts, including 4 counts of murder and furtherance of a narcotics conspiracy. Federal prosecutors are seeking the death penalty.
Okay? Yes.
This guy's facing the death penalty. So check this out. According to a letter prosecutors filed on Monday, correction staff at the New York Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan
apparently
saw Tartaglione holding a mini cellular phone in his hand on July 3rd while in his cell. Okay, why is the date July 3rd important? July 3rd happens to be the same day as when a panel of judges with the Second Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that some 2,000 pages of the Epstein case files had to be unsealed. And now a guy who does hits for the mob, who's a former cop facing the death penalty in the same holding center as Jeffrey Epstein, ends up with a contraband cell phone on the same day, or was caught with it at least the same day that happened. Second,
yes.
I mean, maybe not as like dramatic to the conspiracy angle to this, but Tartaglione was also involved in the assault of a man named Clay Tiffany, who is known as a longtime Ossining gadfly, who hosted a public access show where he railed against the Briarcliff police force called, I shit you not, Dirge for the Charlatans, who won a $1.1 million settlement from the.
This guy just like happened to get like a they found a cell phone. So is that when they contacted him?
From Briarcliff Village after claiming that former officer Nicholas Tartaglione assaulted him.
See, how are you not supposed to go insane? Because if I lived in that town,
what does God want me to do with this information?
If I lived in that town and there's a cranky weirdo who looks like Steve Brule on my TV on public access on his show, the Dirge of the Charlatans.
Dirge of the
Charlatans, talking about the corrupt cops who keep harassing him and beating him up, just for wearing his sandwich boards out in the public. I would just write him off as a crank. And then once he died, I would say, well, he's an old man. He probably died of natural causes. Then, oh no, the cop that he named personally as someone who was
and won $1 million from
killed 4 people and buried them in his yard, and then ended up in the cell with Epstein, maybe fucking trying to kill him.
So check this out.
They successfully located America's dumbest crooked cop He didn't even leave his house to bury the bodies. He's so fucking lazy. Like there was a special forces unit of the Chicago Police Department that was like, they were doing the shield shit.
Yeah.
Like they would raid drug dealers and then like secretly sell them, and it took them years to catch them. And in upstate New York, I guess just no
That's
one
crazy
gives it.
because only only 2 weeks later, like Epstein died
Shit.
from this podcast.
No work ethic.
He got caught by his neighbor who just saw him burying the body.
There was a foot sticking out of the ground. This lazy fucking moron.
He left a hand sticking out as like a Halloween decoration.
He was like, "Whoa, I'm doing a fucking spooky solstice event.
It's for the kids."
He's like
it's
fucking
the solstice.
He's like fucking reg check. He died of natural causes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did.
The Manhattan U.S. courthouse on last week, when during the arraignment or during the bail hearing, they say no bail for Epstein. And my just thought is, well, what now? There's two ways this plays out. If there's nothing behind this, then you have a regular old legal procedure, and everything gets out, and we see, and maybe some rich people get in trouble, maybe some documents come out, maybe some incriminating video is released, but it would all take a natural course. If this isn't the case, then there's no way this can go to trial by the nature of who is implicated by it, which means something has to happen to Epstein. Like, it's just a mathematical fact. Something has to happen to him. And then less than a fucking week later, the motherfucker is on the ground in a fucking suicide attempt. What are you supposed to do with this?
I'm really interested to find out like what happened there, like with the whole Epstein thing. Like, hopefully we find out, but I mean, who knows how much they fucked with the files already at this point, right?